Is your team at work playing like a hobby team, or are they crushing it like a Champions League team? In the next 5 minutes, I want to show you a workshop you can run with your team that will reveal the gaps and rally everybody to close it. I'm David from Love Not Fear. We are your virtual chief people officer, and every week we drop a new practical tool to build high performance cultures where people do their job out of love and not out of fear. We can also help you with recruiting, onboarding, and all these things that a chief people officer does for you to build these high performance cultures. So let's get right into the exercise, which is the level up exercise you can run with your team. And all you need for this exercise is either this Miro board, if you have a remote team, or if you have people in the office, all you need is everybody there, a whiteboard, and a bunch of post-it notes and pens for everybody. By the way, pro tip, if you haven't done it, run the 3-to-1 exercise with your team to build trust and connection. It's really helpful before you do this exercise, so people are opening up and sharing what's really there to improve. We link this exercise in the video above or below, so you can check it out if you haven't done it yet. So let's get into our exercise. By the way, we ran this exercise with a company in Los Angeles, and 2 months after we did this, they tripled their revenue. Tripled. Not a small company, because they really figured out what people dynamics were off and where are the gaps, and this helped the team to get together and play like an all-star team and not like a high school team. So once you have everybody together, either in a Zoom call or in the office, you ask them, what's your favorite sport? And then based on popular demand, it's either soccer, basketball, or whatever. And then you ask them to write down on the first post-it note, which league are we playing in? Are we a hobby team, high school team, college, professional, or an all-star team? And also make them aware of like, what does this mean? Like high school is like, you kind of show up for practice, hobby team not. And, once you get into pro, you actually look into data and analytics, and I guess you can figure this out, what the differences are between these different teams. And you collect either the post-it notes in a bucket, and then you map them to the different areas. And this often is already pretty revealing what the team thinks about what game we're currently playing. But now for the interesting part, ask them to write down 3 things on 3 different post-it notes. What can we do to improve? Right? And once you have collected all these post-it notes, either in here in the Miro board or in person in this bucket, then you map them to the 4 Ps. And we believe that this is the 4 different areas. So you can really break down any business into these 4 areas. It's either about people, it's either people problems that you're having, it's either process problems, product problems, or profits, sales, etc. And once you have them all on the board, map them to these 4 different areas. By the way, we can also link below a blog post about the 4 Ps that explains this a little better if you need. Once you've done this and you've collected all this feedback from people and you map them to these 4 Ps, patterns will emerge, and you will figure out what's actually off and what are the predominant problems that you're having. It's almost comical how similar the issues are that the team will bring forward. For example, when we did this in Los Angeles, communication was like the main issue that came up over and over. And the owner of the business, the 2 founders, were like, they thought they had amazing communications, in the team and also from the leadership team to everybody. But apparently it was not the case. This exercise is also so powerful because you really unlock the potential in everybody in the team. Not people who are doing the work often know what can be improved much better than the leadership team up top. And also what makes it so powerful is that people stop being the small wheel in the machine, but they actually take ownership over it, and they bring the issues forward that they see, and then you empower them to fix these issues. Because once these patterns have emerged and you see like what are the issues in the different areas, you form little task groups or squads that will tackle these issues. So have a group discussion about like what emerges, while you map everything. and then form task groups that will tackle these issues. And have like each task group tackle one issue, just one. Because if you remove this, your team will be already so much better off. And you can either break it down into the big issues, or one per. Make 4 groups: one people, one product, one profit, one process, or do it by sales team, marketing. But we found that if you put together cross-functional teams, the outcome is often much better. Have them go off into separate rooms or do breakout rooms, and have them discuss what they want to pick, and what is really the main issue that they want to solve, and then pick one spokesperson per group and have them present what they want to fix. It's pretty straightforward. It's a simple, honest, and owned by the people exercise. Run with your team. Let me know if you have any questions or issues with it. And also subscribe to our newsletter. This was kind of a horrible lead over, but if you want more tools and tips like this, go to loveandfear.com. At the bottom, you can subscribe to our newsletter. We'll ping you whenever we have something new. Also, join us on our Wednesday hangouts, where we just get together informally on a big Zoom call, and we just talk about how can we create better cultures where people do the job out of love and not out of fear, and create high-performance teams. And also check out the loveandfear.com/toolbox to find other stuff that may work for you. All right, rock and roll, much love. I'll see you around.